NVezion Toastmasters Club. I am Sunil Kirpani, the Sergeant of Arms for the club today. I would like to begin this session with an interactive riddle. Is everyone ready? I want to see the raise of hands. Yeah, good. So I will share my screen. Here I go. I'll share my screen. Is the screen visible? Okay.
Yes, visible.
Yeah. So the riddle goes like this. 5 frogs are sitting at the riverbank. Okay. So the middle frog decides to jump. He says, I want to jump. So how many frogs are there left at the riverbank?
5.
5. Who said 5? Toastmasters.
I did.
Great. So the answer is 5. I'll again, my screen is visible.
No, the frogs have jumped with it.
So all the 5 frogs, the answer is right. So there are all the 5 frogs on the bank of the river. I hope my screen is stop sharing. Okay. So now all the 5 frogs are at the bank of the river. So it's, all the 5 frogs, the frog decided to jump, but they did not jump. They just decided to jump. They did not jump. So it's life a problem. The correct answer is 5. Well done, Toastmaster PK Ray. And one frog who decided to jump, but he hasn't jumped. So to say life is not a spectator sport, it's a contact sports. So there are no practice sessions and you have been in the game for day 1. As glitch as it seems, the journey starts with a single step, not by thinking about taking that step. You have to take that step, not decide. You have to take that step. So the moral of the story is be the frog who not only decides to jump, but actually jumps. Similarly, in Toastmasters International platform, we provide ample of opportunities to improve upon personal skills by taking up roles and delivering speeches at regular intervals. One need not sit there and think, but take action and start taking active roles like we all doing. So now I would quickly run upon with the mission of our club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. You are now inside the code of conduct of Toastmasters meeting. Please be advised that the meeting is being recorded and that it may not be possible to pause the recording. Following are the meeting rules. All the electronic and noise-making devices must be kept in switch-off mode or silent mode, as it may distract the attention of the speaker. Speakers are requested not to make any derogatory comments on sex, religion, and politics. Please keep your videos on and audio on mute during the entire meeting. Speakers are requested to unmute their microphone while speaking. Audience is requested to use emoticons to applause and encourage the speakers. Now, without much ado, it is now my duty to introduce the presiding officer for the meeting on today. The person I am going to introduce to you is a true leader, a mentor, and a dynamic personality. This gentleman is a retired army officer who wants to be a TEDx speaker, but as of now, he seems to be on track for the job of long distance driver, the Indian version of the Fast and the Furious. Ladies and gentlemen, with a humongous round of applause, please put your hands together to welcome on virtual stage the dynamic and wonderful President Toastmaster PK. Toastmaster PK, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil, for those wonderful words and for giving us an entertainment start to what was heading towards going to be a convoluted meeting. Thanks to the merry-go-round regarding who is going to do which role. But I guess we have got it all sorted out right now. Okay, today, do I see a guest here? No, I don't. So we shall not require any introductions. Just a small piece of information before I hand over the stage to the Toastmaster of the day. And that information is that we will be having moments of truth on the 13th of February. Our area director, Toastmaster Shubham Gupta, will be conducting Moments of Truth on the 13th of February at our regular Toastmasters session. Right? Okay, now I think I spoke too soon. And we have a guest joining us. And this guest is a lady by the name of Philippa Chingeta. Toastmaster Philippa, could you please get off mute and introduce yourself to the club? And please tell us, how do you get to know about us and our meeting?
Hello, how are you doing? I am Toastmaster Philippa from Zimbabwe. I am on the Global Toastmasters WhatsApp group, and I just realized that this meeting had started because one of you posted that it had started. I wanted to find out about meditation, and it piqued my interest. That's why I'm here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Philippa. Welcome to our meet, and I hope all your expectations regarding the meet will be met, and we'll be looking forward to your comments and your feedback towards the end, and also to your participation in the table topics. Okay, now since we do not have any other guests, do we? Mita, do we have a guest?
Yeah, that's my elder one who's joined in. I asked him to.
Okay. Right. So his name is Smayan. Right.
Yes.
So Smayan Kotkar, welcome to the show. Could you please come off mute and please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Man Kotkar and I am a first year college student, engineering student. And I love to read books, especially based on fiction, non-fiction, and that's all.
All right. What will you be participating in table topics today? Hopefully, yes. We don't take no for an answer. That's the problem. Right? Okay. Right. Thank you so much for joining us. That's really great, wonderful, and we hope you enjoy the meeting. Do we have another guest? I think if everybody is giving introductions, then maybe Sayeda Fatima Zaidi can also introduce herself. So, Fatima, could you please introduce yourself to the club?
Hello everyone, my name is Saida Fatima Zahdi. I study in class 2nd. My hobbies are playing, reading books and writing. Thank you.
Wow, awesome. Very, very awesome introduction. Thank you so much for joining us in our meeting today, and we hope that you enjoyed. I know you joined sometimes, but you came up and spoke today. That's just so wonderful. Thank you so much, Saida Fatima. And now we have our division director here, Toastmaster Devansh Srivastava. So Toastmaster Devansh, could you please say a few words?
Hi, Toastmaster PK. Sorry, I just joined in. Do I have to answer something?
No, you don't. You have to say something to inspire the club.
No, the club is just like we keep getting inspiration from all of you by the role players, by the things that we learn here. I don't really have to say much on this part. You guys are, as long as we keep on doing our stuff, you guys are self-motivated, and then the motivation just carries on from one person to another. So thank you for doing this. Let's just keep doing this. Keep being active as much as we can, and we all get the inspiration that we need.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devansh. Round of applause for him, please. Okay. And now, time for me to hand over the meeting to the Toastmaster of the day. She will build some magical chemistry today because she is a chemistry honors student from Delhi University, and she is a wonderful speaker. She is also the VP head of this club, and her performance as the VP head is marvelous. I mean, I don't have words for that. She is just awesome. Today, she is going to be the Toastmaster of the day. So, please may I welcome on screen Toastmaster Reena Sharma.
Thank you so much, the President of NVezion Club, Toastmaster PK Ray. It is my honor and pleasure to get introduced by you. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani, for such a great start of the meeting. I am really very sorry. I won't be able to turn up my video because it's been raining here. And otherwise, if I will open my video, I will be out of the meeting. So it's better to speak like this only. So let us begin the show. A very good evening to curious guests, responsible role players, and enthusiastic Toastmasters. This is Reena Sharma, the Toastmaster for the day. Now, I have a very simple question for all of you. How do you all comprehend and understand the term drug? I will request Toastmaster Faisal to help me in this. If anybody is there to volunteer for answers, then please do let me know. My question is, how do you all comprehend and understand the term drug?
For me, is illegal in Saudi Arabia, and if you caught, you will be punished very harshly and severely. And drugs, sometimes for me, as like being workaholic, is something I can call a drug for me.
Okay, great. Do we have any other volunteer for the same? Okay, Anupam ma'am.
Earlier, drugs used to be for us like pharmaceutical and druggists. Later on, as when I grew up, it changed into something which is illegal and which is harmful to your health. So I wonder how two words, drugs related to the cure and drugs related to the something which is not so healthy, comes together. Till now, I cannot make out the sense of it.
I got it. Okay, fine, great. So you all must be cognizant about the term meditation also. What is the real sense of meditation to you? Do you have any idea about meditation, or what do you understand from it? Any volunteer for this question? We have emotional intelligence facilitators here. So how it can be possible that we won't be having the volunteers? Yes, ma'am. Smita, ma'am.
Well, meditation for me is being with oneself, going inwards, spending time with who you actually are, what you are, and then realizing your own potential.
Yes. Okay. So we understand drugs as illegal, alcoholic, and we also are confused whether they are also related to therapeutic effects. And then if it comes to meditation, it is like being with oneself, introspecting ourselves, understanding our potentials and all. Anupam ma'am, do you want to go for this question?
If you are asking me before you are asking the question, I'm fine. Okay, go for it.
Okay, fine. So let us continue. We most often perceive these terms in a wrong way. Like drugs and meditation, we most often perceive them in a wrong way. I am a learner like you all, and I am not at all professional and expert in these topics. But let me tell you what I have understood as a chemistry student about drugs. Drug is not at all a negative word by any chance. Neither it is just about addiction, nor an epitome of degraded life. Drugs are the chemicals with abilities to interact with targets like proteins, lipids, etc., which are present in our body to produce any biological response. And if that biological response is therapeutic, useful for helping in preventing, treating, as well as diagnosing a disease, then it is called as medicine. So medicine are also the drugs only. Talking about meditation, it is the collection of practices that train our attention and awareness to inculcate psychological and spiritual well-being and maturity. Now I have one more question for all of you. How many of you practice meditation, and to achieve what goals? Are they related to your psychological health, physical health, or spirituality? Do we have anyone here who practice meditation? No? No one?
No, I mean, these days I'm not, but I used to. But right now I'm not actually. I'm on totally on a. I'm more into exercise, and that right now not even an exercise. But yes, I used to do yoga, and 1 year back, extensive yoga or meditation. I mean, it's part of means physical and both the meditative part.
Okay. Thank you so much, Anupam ma'am. So, talking about myself, I always knew about meditation and deep breathing like you all, but never practiced it until I saw my younger sister doing it. Let me perorate my brief story of meditation here. I have a younger sister. She has been one of the brightest students of her school. As you all might have noticed this, our school management have a lot of expectations, especially when we are sitting in board exams. She did her best, but unfortunately, she could not made it to the expectations of the school on the result day. Trust me, that day I realized the role of her elder sister. Being a child, she was crying in my lap saying that, Behan, I really worked hard for it. I don't know why I ended up getting this score sheet. And that was the day we realized that life is limitless. Things will not always work according to our expectations. After that, she started following Sadhguru, his advices, his meditation practices, and managed to stay stronger. She always used to tell me about the changes she had observed and used to motivate me to meditate. Gradually, I also started practicing it. Trust me, meditation is rarely a drug. It has power to improve your physical, mental, and psychological health. I heard Sadhguru saying that meditation makes you superhuman. It helps in self-regulation of stress management. It acts as intervention of cardiovascular diseases, anxiety, panic disorder, dermatological disorder, and reduce many medical symptoms. Our discussion will surely be continued. But for now, let me tell you about the meeting. So, every Toastmasters International meeting is an amalgamation of 3 segments. The first among them is the prepared speech. It is said that you can speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. In the prepared speech segment, speakers proffer the speech according to the level, project, and pathway they have chosen. Their speech is formed by connecting the dots of their personal experiences, factual knowledge, and stories, as well as poems. Then we have the most awaited segment of the meeting, which is table topic segment. It is completely based upon the principle of extempore speaking. You are asked to speak out of your heart at the spur of the moment on any given topic. The floor is open for everybody in this segment. Then comes the last but not the least segment, the evaluation segment. It is quoted by Friedrich that evaluation is the creation. Hear it, you creator. Evaluation is itself the most valuable treasure of all that we value. It is only through evaluation that value exists. And without evaluation, the nut of existence would be hollow. Hear it, you creator. Being an evaluator is one of the most difficult and responsible roles. For this role of the day, we have very hardworking women, the one who very well know how to break the shell of your comfort and do the impossible. For this segment of the meeting, we have Toastmaster Anupam. She is the general evaluator for today's meeting. Toastmaster Anupam is the director of school, emotional intelligence facilitator, teacher's trainer. She belonged to an army fraternity. She is a traveler and she loved to read books. Now, it is over to you, Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Anupam. Let us know about your role and your tag team.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Reena. And if evaluation is the creation, as you said, so let me create few sentences which will help you all in improving your potential and bringing out the best in you, whether you are a prepared speaker, evaluator, or TT speaker or a TT master. I hope I can do justice with the job, as my job today is to evaluate this whole meeting from head to toe, from the starting till end, take care of each and everything which has been here, which had been taken care of, and whether it had been taken care of well. I would try to do justice, as I hope I am able to do justice with my job. And because nothing can be created until unless you have some tools with you. So my tools for today are going to be given by my team today, which is going to be the timer, counter, and the grammarian. So first of all, I would like to ask our timer for today, Faisal Jadi, who is, we all know, that is a software expert, he is a tech expert. He is the CEO of NVezion, and he is the founder of this very club also. He belongs to Lucknow and comes out with solutions whenever we have some problem technically. Toastmaster Fazil, can we ask you how you are going to help us in the timing and how that will help our speakers today? Over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. A warm and beautiful good evening, good afternoon to everyone present in the meeting. I am Syed Faisal Zadi. As we all know, in Toastmasters, we are here to practice and learn public speaking, leadership skills, etc. Being a leader, managing a time is vital for us. So we will learn how we manage our time and how well we utilize our time today. For the prepared speakers, we have 5 to 7 minutes. On 5 minutes, I will show green cue, something like that. And I will close my camera. So you will just see the screen here. I don't know. Okay, I'll do that. On 6 minutes, you will see yellow cue. And on 7 minutes, you will see red cue. Of course, without me. And for table topics, we have 1 to 2 minutes. On 1 minute, you will see green cue, yellow on 1 minute 30 seconds. 2 minutes, I will show green cue, red cue. For the evaluators of the prepared speakers, we have 2 to 3 minutes. On 2 minutes, green, at 2.5 yellow, and red at 3 minutes. All the speakers will be given 30 seconds of buffer time. If they exceed that buffer time, they will not be eligible for voting criteria. At the end of the meeting, when once called upon by the general evaluator, I will present my report. Thank you so much. Let us make good use of our time. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for briefing your role so beautifully. And now, can you all imagine a creation until unless extra things which are hampering the growth are not taken care of? For example, if an artist is creating a statue, he has to remove the extra stone from that rock to create into a beautiful creation. So in Toastmasters, who does that? Our ahs, count, and ums and ouches also, because today this role is being done, the double role of the grammar also, because both of these things would hamper in the creation of a beautiful speech. So that role today of removing those extra things which are hindering your speeches, which are making your speeches not looking beautiful, will be done by our very own Toastmaster Nevanshi. Toastmaster Nevanshi is she again is a software personnel, I guess. I'm sorry, because I've immediately taken the role. I could not, I forgot. And if I open and then it will take time. So Nevanshi, but I know Nevanshi as the secretary of Toastmaster Club of Lucknow. And I had seen her from the very first day in Toastmaster journey and how she is growing each and every day. So here we have Toastmaster Nevanshi, who is going to do the double role. Nevanshi, you're welcome. Please explain your role today. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My role as a grammarian, I need to jot down all the good words, not so good words. As a aha counter, I have to write down all the ahas, so, and as we know that grammar is important for everyday's life. So it's important that whenever you write or read a sentence, it should be grammatically correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nevanshi, for briefing. And I hope you can share the word of the day and the phrase if you have it with you.
Yeah. The word of the day and phrase of the day of today is awesome sauce, extremely good and excellent. And dime a dozen, something very common. Phrase is something very common. And also, if anyone uses this word or phrase often, we should clap and embrace them as it will increase our vocabulary. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nivanshi. I would also request you that please share the word and the phrase in the chat box so that people can make use of it while they are speaking. So that's all from my side. At the end of the meeting, I'll come back again and would be noting down each and everything from now onwards, whichever whichever role which has been given to me, and I'll come back again. And at the end, I will summarize my report. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Reena.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anupam. You handled it really well. It is really awesome sauce to see you how you managed the role at the spur of the moment. Your tech team is also really wonderful, and I'm sure they will be doing wonders in today's meeting. Moving ahead, recent studies have shown that practicing meditation can increase practical intelligence, field independence, creativity, speed of information processing, and of course can decrease anxiety. Now, it is the high time to start our first segment of the meeting, the prepared speech presentation. We have our first speaker who speaks to impress and improve simultaneously. He is none other than Toastmaster P.K. Let me introduce his evaluator, Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani. Toastmaster Sunil is from Dehradun, Uttarakhand. You all might be astonished after hearing this, but he knows multiple languages like Sindhi, Hindi, English, Marathi, Gujarati, Punjabi, Bengali, which is just awesome sauce. His educational qualifications include Diploma in Industrial Electronics and Bachelor's degree in Communication Engineering. He has worked as a lab assistant for more than 4 years, and currently he is working with Indian Oil Corporation. He is also the Lieutenant Colonel in Indian Army. His hobbies are music, reading, dancing, traveling, and cooking. He is an entrepreneur turned into passionpreneur. With his favorite quote that goes like, "Winners never do different things. They do things differently." I would like to call Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani to introduce his speaker.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and guests. It gives me an honor to introduce our first speaker, Toastmaster P.K. He shall be delivering his level 2, project 3, speech under pathways, dynamic leadership. The purpose of this project is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a project. Timer, please note, the time limit for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. With this, I wish all the very best to Toastmaster P.K. and over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani. May I know the title of your speech, Toastmaster P.K. because I am not aware of it. So you are on mute.
Right. The title of the speech is Melvin's Mentoring Magic. Melvin's Mentoring Magic.
Okay. Melvin's Mentoring Magic. Toastmaster P.K. Toastmaster P.K. Melvin's Mentoring Magic.
On your marks, set, time. It's the start of the 1500 meters in the school athletics meet, and I'm off at a furious pace. My arms are swinging wildly, my legs are pumping, my head is rocking from side to side, and I'm pulling ahead of the field. But that is only the first 50 meters. When I reach 1500 meters, I am so glad that I am able to carry myself across the finishing line without any external help. My event's done, I walk over to the school cafeteria. And I'm in the process of assuaging my bruised ego with a nice hot cup of tea when somebody comes and sits across me at the table. He takes a sip from his own cup, looks up, smiles, and tells me, you know what, I saw you running today. You're such a good athlete. All you need is a little bit of training. And we guys train every evening, so why don't you come and join us? There was something in that earnestness which was there in his voice that coerced me to say yes. And we exchanged notes and parted. That evening, when I reached the Rajouri Garden Sports Complex, Melvin D'Souza was already there. He was waiting for me. We walked inside. I parked my bag on a vacant bench and immediately took out my running spikes. But Melvin turned to me and said, no, PK, you don't need the spikes today. Put them back. Today, we will run for the sake of running. First of all, we will enjoy what we are doing. Training will come later on. Over the next 6 months, Melvin coached me in the various nuances of competitive athletics. And he was so effective that by the end of the year, I was part of the school athletics team. I was thrilled to bits, and so was my mentor. Melvin was the quintessential mentor, and he had all the qualities that he could possibly be looking for. First and most important, Melvin and I were both on the same path. Both of us wanted to be very good athletes. Secondly, I gave him a lot of respect, and he returned that respect in the same amount, probably much more. Thirdly, he never shied away from giving me constructive feedback. He used to be very nice about it, but the feedback was always there. I remember we were doing weight training once upon a time when Melvin sauntered over to me and said, yes, PK, what's going on? You're building abs. Don't you know that you don't require abs for running? Yes, you require strong stomach muscles, but abs, you don't need them. If you really want to spend time building something, build your upper body, build your chest, build your arm muscles, build your back, build your shoulders, because that is what is going to help you in sprinting, not abs. And to be fair, he was always willing to take feedback. We were once practicing for the relays, and on a particular day, each of the baton exchanges was getting messed up. So I finally stopped running and told Melvin, look, Melvin, since you are running first, remember you're not running just 100 meters, you're running 110 meters. Now what is happening today is that every time you're approaching me with the baton, you're slowing down. What I want you to do is to approach me as if you want to overtake me. And because when you do that, there will be no let up in speed. And the baton exchange will be done in a comfortable position. Melvin also recognized the fact that I was investing a lot of time in this venture. And he invested the same amount of time in return. In fact, many a time he invested more. You might say that Melvin was a very good coach. Yes, of course, he was a great coach, but he was more than a coach. He was a mentor. And the difference between the two is that one-on-one personal relationship. We not only trained together, we went to school together, we went to college together, we went for movies together, we went to the market together, we did picnics together, we did everything together. And Melvin was never short of encouragement. I remember in October 1982, I once took a group of students to Bits Pilani for a festival, and things were not going well. And since I was the leader of the group, I was responsible for them. But Melvin he saw that I was in a little bit of despair. And so one day when I woke up in the morning, I found a note propped up against my pillow which said, "Thank you, PK, for having had the courage to leave." On reading that note, my problems just disappeared. There have been many other mentors in my life. I'm thrilled to see that my Toastmasters mentor is here, Toastmaster Rachna, and she's another lady who knows exactly what to say and how much to say. I remember once I called her up and said, "You know what? Toastmaster Asangi has told me that I have to take my icebreaker speech tomorrow morning." She just turned to me and said, "And so what? Is there a problem?" And in that one line, she just told me that I know you can do it, so you go and do it. There was no further exchange of conversation. Now, when I see that the time is something like 7 o'clock, and which actually means that it is about 2 o'clock in New Zealand, Auckland, where Melvin stays these days, and he's tucked in his bed, I would like to dedicate a quote to him. It is a quote by the famous essayist Ralph Waldo Emerson. And he says that our chief want in life is for somebody who is going to make us do what we can do. That is Melvin D'Souza. That is Rachna Mathur. That is a mentor. And we are so fortunate that we have so many mentors around us here in Toastmasters. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you, Toastmaster Reena.
Wow, what an awesome sauce take, Toastmaster PK. The importance of mentoring, importance of feedbacks was clearly visible from your speech. Meditation nourishes the mind. In the same way, food nourishes the body. With this quote, it is the time to introduce our speaker too, Toastmaster Asil, the very punctual, sweet, and curious person. For introducing her, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Devansh, who is the Division Director of Division T. He is the lover of traveling. He loves to interact with people and to create memories. Over to you, Toastmaster Devansh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Reena, for that introduction. I wonder why are we not opening our cameras? Because we all should, right? We should see our beautiful faces. So here I am as an evaluator for Toastmaster Seal. Toastmaster Seal is a gem for NVezion Toastmaster Club. She has been here in different roles in different meetings, and I'm really grateful for Toastmaster Syed and Toastmaster PK for making her being a part of NVezion Toastmaster Club. She loves to take on opportunities, and by seeing her in different roles in Toastmaster meeting, I can say that she loves Toastmaster as well. Today, Toastmaster Seal is going to deliver her project her project 1 of level 2 of her path motivational strategies. The project is understanding your communication style, and the purpose of that project is for her to understand different communication styles and to identify her primary style and to share the impact of that style on others. So without any further ado, let me call on the stage Toastmaster Seal. Toastmaster Seal, connections, Toastmaster Seal. Over to you.
Ladies, we need to start getting ready. My friends are coming over. That's what my brother-in-law told me and my sister. His friends were coming over. Got everything in order. We dressed up nicely. And we welcomed our lovely guests. One of his friends has a son, 10 or 11 years old. That's my prediction. My brother-in-law was chatting with the guys, and my sister was chatting with the mother. Who am I going to chat with? Because I love children, I thought, why not chat with the little one? He was sitting playing a game on his phone. We talked a bit. We found a little connection. He would show me how to play, then we played my games, and so on. His mother was impressed. You know why? Whenever they visit someone, he would be by himself. It was the first time he talked to someone. That is me. What's my secret? Did I use magic? Not really. I just used the type of communication, a way he felt he was talking to someone his age. Because I kept talking about games, talked about the interest in the games. I'm a gamer myself. He got interested to getting to know me well. Wanted to spend this evening with me. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Communication styles help us get a better connection. Quick intro. Connection is when you reach a mutual understanding between two or more people or in a group. For example, you're talking to a Chinese person who only speaks Chinese and you talk in an English language. Is this a communication? No, I don't think so. There has to be a mutual understanding. Verbal, non-verbal, even written language. Even body language can help you understand. There was a test I took to determine my communication styles. So far, I discovered 4 communication styles. Let me tell you about them in order, depending on my communication style. Initiating. I'm so social, energetic, enthusiastic, fun-loving, persuasive. They say I talk more than I listen. That's what being innating is. I value connection. Direct, decisive, driven, ambitious, competitive. I'm going to win. I'm going to make it a division contest. No, this year I did not make it. I'll just try again next year. Supportive, calm, steady, patient. You have to earn their trust. Hey, what's wrong? You need a shoulder to cry on? That's part of the supportive, because they are calm and patient. Finally, analytical. It comes from figures and facts. Let me write about a speech about smoking. Let me put in this part the disadvantages. Let me put in this part how to quit. They like to keep things organized. That's what I like. Another thing I'd like to talk about, situational communication. Here in Toastmasters, of course, we are friendly, we are energetic, we treat everyone as a family. But how do we deal with communication outside of Toastmaster? Well, back at home, it's normal. You have a familiar conversations. You become more friendly in home because you are literally with your family. What about workplace? Can you imagine you're walking up to the boss and treating him like a friend or like a family, addressing him in an informal way? I don't think you want to do that unless you want to lose your job. You need to focus on the person and not just the person at any type of situation, and most importantly, in workplace. Of course, those who work, they talk informal way. Let me give you a quick tip on how to deal with the communicators. When you're dealing with direct communicators, they want to get the point things done. Do not make them repeat themselves and don't let them over-explain. Give them the points quickly because they are serious and more competitive. Even more competitive than I am. Initiating. Give them a nice environment, friendly environment, non-threatening, because they value interacting with other people. Make them feel safe. Make them feel they want to communicate with you all. supportive. Because they are calm and steady, you must earn their trust. Give them time and they will open up to express their opinion and ideas. Finally, analytical. Let's just say you talk in an organized way. If you want to talk about something scientific, be more organized because they value organization. To end my speech, those are one of the 4 types of communication styles. There are probably tons of styles out there. So focus on who you're talking to, focus on the situation, and focus on the workplace. And I'm sure you're going to get a really good connection with anyone, despite the age. Back to you.
Very well done, Toastmaster Seal. You articulated the importance of communication and importance of connections very well. Now, I have one more real life story, which gives ground for the topic. In our school, we have regular mentorship classes where students can talk and discuss about their personal as well as professional life. I was amazed and startled after hearing one of my classmates. When my professor asked him that if he is doing well or not, he told that he is not mentally well since class 11th, which has also affected his physical health. He told that he don't have good friends in real life, so he generally talk to his imaginary friends. One of them is his strong version and another is his weak version. He said that because he is not doing mentally well, so these days he cannot talk to his friends in imagination also. Well, as a teacher, my professor told him to relax and talk to people. But after a few days, I saw his status that he needs a therapy. His academic life is getting degraded and he could not control his thoughts. I never had any word with him, but after looking at his status, I immediately called him and talked to him. I realized that he actually needed someone to talk and share his views. After hearing him, I just advised him to meditate, shared with him some videos related to meditation. I used to ask him regularly about he's doing well or not, about he's practicing meditation or not. He did it regularly, but he could not observe any significant changes initially. But after 30 to 35 days of practice, he was observing the positive changes and is living comparatively a better life. It has been shown in studies that meditation have antidepressant effects. It can reduce negative emotions and enhance positive ones. Now, it is the time for most engaging, exciting, and thrilling segment of the day, the table topic segment. So, dear participants, pull up your sleeves and get ready as Toastmaster Smita is done and dusted with amazing topics for you all. Toastmaster Smita is the VP Education of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. She is an educationist, emotional intelligence facilitator, and trainer, writer, storyteller, homemaker, full-time mother of 2 braids, learner, and also a blooming Toastmaster. She is a happy-go-lucky person who wishes to add to each day she is blessed with. All my personal experiences and talks with her have been wonderful. She keeps on guiding and appreciating me all the time. Now the stage is all yours, ma'am. Over to you, Toastmaster Smita.
Good evening, everyone. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Reena, for that warm welcome that is full of love. Thank you so much. Well, love back to you. Now, before we go on with this engaging session that I've planned for you, I would like to conduct and request the tech master to conduct the poll for the best speaker, so that then later your minds are fresh with the table topic speakers. I'll request you all to vote for the speaker you love the most? Kindly let me know, Tech Master, when we are done.
Only 75% now. It's okay. We have the majority now. You may proceed.
Thank you so much. Well, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, welcome to the most enthralling session of the day. And this is a session where you can let your imagination run wild and you can let your spirit soar. We call it the table topic session. Okay. And here is what we are going to do. This is an impromptu speaking section where you will think on your feet, yet articulate and improvise and maintaining the sanctity of a mini speech, that is trying to incorporate a small big opening, a small body and a small ending. You will have to create a mini speech in a matter of 2 minutes. Now, the minimum time required to speak for a table topic is 1 minute. At 1 minute 30 seconds, our timer will show you a yellow card telling you that you might as well quickly wrap up. And at 2 minutes, you will be shown a red card where you must wrap up, but it does not mean that you stop abruptly. You will still be given a grace period of 30 seconds within which you must definitely complete your mini speech, that is your table topic. Okay, is it fun? It most definitely is. Please do not take it seriously. Have a good time, and that is the intention of the table topic segment. Okay, now I would request an experienced Toastmaster to volunteer. And I would also request you to try and use the word of the day, which is Toastmaster Reena and Toastmaster Nivanshi. Could you quickly tell us the word of the day and the phrase of the day once again? Toastmaster Reena, can you quickly tell the word of the day and the phrase of the day once?
Ma'am, the word of the day is awesome sauce. Awesome sauce means something very excellent and very good.
Okay.
Like we say awesome, it's awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce. And what is the phrase of the day today?
It is dime a dozen. Dime a dozen, which means common, something common.
A dime a dozen. Okay, thank you so much. So that was for all of you who missed it out earlier and those who have joined us recently. We are conducting a table topic segment. So welcome, dear guests, once again. And you are encouraged to use the phrase of the day, a dime a dozen, and the word of the day, awesome sauce, in your mini speeches. Now, I would request an experienced Toastmaster to volunteer first, and then I would like you to share see my screen with the topics. So who would like to volunteer first?
Can I volunteer?
Yes, please do. So we have Toastmaster Yusuf. And Toastmaster Yusuf, I have certain taglines of advertisements which are common in India, but that does not mean that the taglines themselves do not carry a meaning. So please interpret those taglines as you would like and create an impromptu speech with it. Will you be comfortable with it, Toastmaster Yusuf?
I'll try.
Okay, great. That will be wonderful. So here I'm sharing my screen. And just a second. Okay, so here I go. I'm going to spin the wheel. The topic for you is an idea can change your life. Toastmaster Yusuf, an idea can change your life. An idea can change your life. Toastmaster Yusuf.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master. Yes, I do agree with that statement. An idea can change your life. Let me give you an example. Why do I say I agree with that opinion? When I graduated from university, I don't have any idea whether I will go to work or I will continue my study. The question is, if I continue my study, I don't have enough money. So there is an idea come up from a friend of mine. He said, why don't you try to find a scholarship? You can go abroad, you can study, and you can work. That's a good idea, I said. So I started searching for a scholarship. And at last, with hard work, I could get the scholarship to go to Switzerland. By the way, I studied in a hotel school. So I could go to Switzerland to work as an exchange worker. And I did work for 1 or 2 years. And then I can continue my studies there with my own money. So ladies and gentlemen, an idea that flick or that comes from somebody else, it can change the whole life. My life changes since I went to Switzerland and worked in a hotel and then studied for my master's degree. It was such an important thing that you have an idea. Because when you graduated, you don't know what idea, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But how can I do it? With somebody's over you an idea, it changed the whole thing. Thank you very much. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yusuf. And your speech was actually very inspirational. That one should not get bogged down if one does not know how to move ahead, but one can actually listen and take ideas from others. And your idea for your scholarship and working and studying in Switzerland, that was definitely wonderfully crafted. Thank you so much. Well, who would like to be our next speaker? Toastmaster Philippa, would you like to take the next table topic? Okay, till the time we connect with Toastmaster Philippa once again, who would like to be the next speaker? May I have a volunteer, or would you like me to actually select people myself? Toastmaster Asil, wonderful. So
I actually enjoyed table topic, but I wanted to give others a chance to volunteer. But since there's no one, why not?
Wonderful. That'll be great. So the topic for you is, and I'm going to spin the wheel once again. The topic for you is just do it. So Toastmaster Asil, just do it. Just do it, Toastmaster Asil.
What is this burning inside me? Am I having a heartburn? Actually, I do have fire, but it's not a heartburn. Metaphorically, it's the fire ambition. I worked so hard. I made it to the area this year. I only got third places in humors and evaluation, but it's not enough to make me go to division. But that's okay. It does not upset me. In fact, it's motivating me. I want to try again next year, and I actually want to start working on it starting now. You still have a whole year, but who cares? I'll just do it. I will start preparing for next year Toastmaster contest. I'll just do it. Even my mentors say it's not too soon. Go for it. Yes, I will just do it. I would participate in evaluations, table topic, and speeches because I'm just gonna do it. This fire burning inside motivates, and I want to try again. Even if I don't make it 10 times. I did not make it in 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2022. I still did not make it. but that's not stopping me. The fire is still burning inside me. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna try again, and I'm gonna start now. I'm just gonna do it. Back to you.
That's wonderful, indeed wonderful. And you still have the fire burning inside you. And like you said, we see it every time you come on stage. Heartburn or fire ambition inside you. How beautifully you put it. And there you are participating and motivated for winning the contest. All the best to you, Toastmaster Asil. So who would like to take up the next one? Toastmaster Devansh. How would you like to attempt a table topic this time?
Toastmaster Smita,
Yes.
can I go on? Ask Smayan to take part in it? Because I know he'll hesitate for the first time.
Okay, lovely. Smayan, how would you like to participate in the table topics? You have to speak for at least a minute. Great. Yes, give me a thumbs up. So
Okay.
the topic coming up for you is this. Wonderful. Taste the thunder. Smayan Kotkar, taste the thunder. Taste the thunder. Smayan Kotkar. Whatever comes to your mind, it's perfectly okay. Just unmute yourself and speak on it.
Yeah, taste the thunder. Okay. So and
Think about what is it that you would like to have. You can relate thunder to something if you feel like. You can take it as what it probably could mean to you. You could take it with a taste.
so when I was in Kolkata, so we had a basketball match with another school, and basically we were losing to that school and we didn't win against that school many times. So our coach, he said that just like whatever you do, just play your best and just show what you are. Just give your all. So we play our best, and although we were keep losing it, our coach he encouraged us to just give your all. Don't don't stop. Just do whatever you want to do. I just want you to win. And we played like we played in such a way that that the other team lost, and then it was at that moment that we got to realize that I got to realize the taste of victory at that time. And it was basically and we were so happy that our school got qualified for the state level for the first time. And I was so happy because I was the only player in my team who had just recently started playing basketball as well, and I was playing for school team. And it was that moment that I realized my classmates, like they were playing, they had played for three times, and they also were very happy, and they said that I enjoyed it. And so I realized that that whatever I do, I think I should give it my all. And yeah, that's all.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. May we have a round of applause for our first time speaker. Dear Smayan.
We love you.
We actually do. And tasting victory from losing to winning, not actually going down every time you lost, and taking help from all and understanding and working on yourself. Wonderfully done, man. Wonderfully done. And we are mighty proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, those who have attended, just coming now, that's my elder one. And he's the first time he's attending a meet. So that's a proud mom too. Okay, wonderful. So Toastmaster Saiful, I see that you've just entered the meeting. Would you like to
Yes.
take the next table topic?
Oh, please.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So today we have some, since you've mentioned that you are joining us from Malaysia. What we actually have are some taglines from Indian advertisements, but nonetheless, they also carry meanings. And you can take it any way that you feel like and whatever comes to your mind regarding the tagline. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So for you, for Toastmaster Saiful, I'm spinning the wheel.
Okay.
The Toastmaster Saiful, jump start early. Jump start early. Toastmaster Saiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster and guests, and of course, champs, start early. Champion, start early. When we are talking about championship, we are talking about champion, we're talking about winners. We always see when they are having their success, whether they have the gold medal, where they have their trophy, or they have their first place. Those are the things that we see in paper, in the news, in the paper, in the internet. But there's a lot of hard work before they can claim the victory. As I knew, some of the world champion, including in Toastmaster, if you have look at world champion Toastmaster, they are not become the champion during their first year, not second year, not even third year. On average, most of the champion in the world Toastmaster champion, they have been in 5 to 7 years minimum. By having practice again and again and again, they are speaking, they are impromptu, everything. So bear in mind, champion start early. Over the years of training, struggling with lots of effort to make them who they are. What we see in the media is just the peak of the iceberg. Under that, the cry, the agony, the effort they are put in. Some of the champions start even at child age before they become a champion. Even in Pakistan, no, the best cricketer over there, they're not starting playing cricket at the age of 21. They start playing cricket maybe at the age of 5. They become a champion. So champs does start early. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saiful. Everyone will request you for a nice round of applause. And I wouldn't want to sound partial towards my son as I asked you all to applaud, but I would like you to applaud all the speakers who take the effort to speak for a table topic. And Toastmaster Saiful, how rightly you said that what media shows us and the hype that is there is just actually the tip of the iceberg, and people get swayed by it, but they seldom see the training, the effort, the agony, and the cries that go behind the let's say the adulation that they're receiving later on stage from everybody. So yes, people have to start early, and then it may be more than a year, 2 or 3, maybe 5 to 7 years, as you put it. So thank you so much. Wonderfully attempted. And now I think we have 2 more topics left, and I could see a guest, so I think she has left. All right, so who would like to take up the next topic? Kindly raise your hands and volunteer, or else I'm going to be calling out on my own. 1, 2, 3. No volunteers. Great. So Toastmaster Devansh, our division director, I'm going to rope you in for the next table topic segment. Next table topic. Are you there?
I am here. I'm just kind of in rush to reach back home before my evaluation, and I'm stuck in traffic. Can you excuse me here today?
Okay, no wonder. So today you're excused. I'll catch you up again another time. Toastmaster Rachna, how about the next topic? Yes, right? Where is Toastmaster Rachna? Okay, I can't see her. She's got a little problem with her connection today. Very well. So who is volunteering next? Toastmaster Nivanshi, our grammarian and our counter, dual responsibility. Would you like to go for the next topic?
Yes. First of all, I would like to say sorry to join late as there was some
That's okay.
issue.
No
I'm
problem.
sorry
No
to
problem.
everyone.
No issues. No issues. Here, I'm spinning the wheel for you. Well, I'm sure you've seen the topic, and the topic for you is Toastmaster Nivanshi. Do you have it in you? Which I'm sure you do. So,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Nivanshi, do you have it in you? Do you have it in you, Toastmaster Nivanshi?
Do you have it in you? Yes, I do. I proudly speak. Yes, I have that great determination, hard work, punctuality, everything that a person needs to succeed in life. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful topic. And luckily it came to me and I was thinking just right now, did it have in me as I came late here? Whenever I don't do my work on time, I always evaluate myself, because one thing that my mother keeps on saying, that one thing that you should keep in your mind while doing anything is whether you are punctual on time or not. If you're punctual on time, you will do something in life. You don't have to always evaluate yourself whether do you have it in you or not. This is one thing that I would like to point it out. Then obviously there is hard work, determination, great style, everything. The way you speak, because I have been unsuccessful in the past, and I would like to proudly admit that it's not that I didn't have hard work, determination, good looks, everything I had. But why I wasn't successful? Because of lack of time punctuality. So before evaluating whether do you have it in you, you should first evaluate whether you are time bound or not. As if you want to be an awesome sauce and doesn't want to be count in dime a dozen, you should be very punctual on time. Thank you. Uh, Thank you, Smitha ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nivanshi. And with the kind of grit that you actually said and the kind of determination with which you said, yes, I have it in me, that was awesome sauce. You know, you have actually hit the nail on the head. Self-exploration, self-realization. What is it that I lack in? And you have actually understood that the point where you want to work on is your time punctuality, in your own words. And once we have actually realized what is it that we are lacking, now we know what to work on. So wonderfully done, Toastmaster Nivanshi. And I can see we also have another guest joining us right now. Toastmaster KPKL Suhaimi. I'm so sorry. Please help me pronounce your name correctly. Would you like to participate in the last table topic? Would you like to take on the last table topic?
Suhaimi.
Hello. Would you like to take on the last table topic? Toastmaster KPKL Suhaimi. I'm sorry, I could not hear that very well. Is the company name here? I'm so sorry. Since I did not know that, and pardon me for it. So who would like to take the last table topic now?
Yeah, I can take it.
Yes. So Toastmaster PK Ray, I'm going to spin the wheel once again for you. Oh, and see what it comes. And it had to come to you. So, scent of a man comes to Toastmaster PK Ray. Toastmaster PK Ray, scent of a man, Toastmaster PK Ray.
That spinning wheel of yours reminds me that there was a time when I had entered a lottery when I was working in Dubai. And in that lottery, the same thing happened. Somebody spun a wheel and somehow it came to the number which I had selected. So I got a gift. And guess what that was? It was a male perfume from Hugo Boss. Nothing better. I went and checked the price. It was some 300 dirhams, which is a hell of a lot of money. So, thrilled to bits, I decided that I need to try it on immediately. And so I retreated to the nearest washroom because I didn't want to go around spraying that in public. And there in the washroom, I nicely sprayed that perfume on me, following all the instructions which I had received from one of my ex-girlfriends, that you spray it in the air, dive into it, dive out of it. So you will have the correct amount of perfume on you. If you spray it right on you, then in that case, it's going to be a problem. So now, having completed this exercise, I had to see what would the effect be. And I went to the public areas of the mall and I tried to see where the most number of people would be. And the most number of people are obviously on the escalator. So I kept traveling that escalator up and down, thinking that somebody or the other at least is going to turn and look. But there were no reactions. Apparently, Hugo Boss doesn't actually give up the scent of a man. And I consoled myself by thinking that nobody goes after the scent of a man. It's the scent of a woman that they're looking for. So next time what I aim to do is that I'm going to try out a lady's perfume and see how that works. Till then, back to you, Toastmaster Smita.
Oh, wonderfully taken. Wonderfully taken. I was wondering what wheel would you actually spin with the scent of a man? And it came down to that the scent of a woman is what will actually make heads turn and not the scent of a man. Okay. Well, you want a Hugo Boss perfume. Wow, that was actually amazing. I mean, I have spent a lot of money getting one for my husband. So, and that you get it on a lottery, wonderfully done. So, moving up and down on an escalator, I really wish the next time we would love to hear when you wear a lady's perfume and how actually that turns out to be and how many heads you turn. I would love to hear that also. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster Ray. And thank you, my dear friends. It has been a wonderful table topic section. Now, I'm sure you have all heard each one of you also. And a little thing that I would like to speak about, since this is my project, it is about an active listening project also. What the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing, hear from one end, take it out from the other. Listening, get it inside, let it roam inside your head, and then let it come out if it has to. Otherwise, keep it inside. So I wish you all great relationships and great friendships by actively listening to your friends and to your family members and all those people whom you would like to foster beautiful relationships with. Thank you so much, everyone. And back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Reena.
Wow, it was such a awesome segment, Toastmasters Smita. You gave life to this segment, ma'am, and it was not at all dime a dozen. It was an extraordinary segment. I have seen my professors using this idea of spinning the wheel to trap us for surprising vivas in class test. And I could actually remind of the same when you were spinning the wheel and giving the topics to everyone. And one very important thing that I want to say here is I could see that shine of pride on the face of your son when you were speaking, and the same shine was clearly visible on your face when he was speaking. So this was really wonderful. Before moving ahead, I would request our tech master, Toastmaster Faisal, to please conduct the polls for best table topic speaker.
On your screen.
Do we have the majority?
75%, 83%. All right, we got the majority. You may proceed now.
Great. Okay. So you must have understood the importance of meditation and its role as a drug. Let us understand the types of meditation that we have. We have guided meditation, which is thinking about places, situations, or images that makes you feel relaxed. Then we have mantra meditation, in which you simply repeat a calming word. Then we have mindful meditation. It is related with having increased awareness and acceptance of living. Then we have QI Gong, which is a combination of meditation, relaxation, physical movement, and breathing. We also have other forms of meditation as Tai Chi, transcendental meditation, and yoga. Now, I hereby call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Anupam, to present her report and make us cognizant about our strengths and weaknesses. Over to you, Toastmaster Anupam.
Thank you, Toastmaster Reena. First of all, can we have a round of applause for her? Now, first of all, I would like to call our evaluators for today. So first, I would like to call our first evaluator on the board, who is Toastmaster Sunil. Am I right? Am I right? Yeah, because I have taken the role just immediately. So Toastmaster Sunil, stage is all yours.
It's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years, is a famous quote from Abraham Lincoln. Good evening, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and Toastmaster PK Ray in particular. What a way to start your speech. Your speech was simply awesome sauce. It was simply amazing. And I really love the way you started your speech with action. Get set, go. You immediately grabbed the attention of the audience within the first 150 milliseconds, and you made the audience glued to your speech. Toastmaster PK Ray, let me tell you that I really relinquished your speech today. You had all the special effects and ingredients in your speech, such as taking pauses. The third commendation, according to me, is that you had very good usage of your hand gestures and your facial expressions. But it is just like a dime to a dozen to have some hits and some miss. You had lots of hits today, but missed a few elements in your speech. So Toastmaster PK, to enhance your skills and to take your speech to the next level, what I would suggest, and according to me, is that although you engaged your audience very well with a powerful start, but if you could only work a bit with some of your humor in your speech, a bit of voice modulation, and you had ample stage, so you could have moved from one point to other during your speech, so that you could have had the stage movement to your advantage. It would be a cherry on top of the cake. So, to sum it up, all in all, you had a very good camera angle and you gave your speech in standing position. And also, you excelled in your voice clarity, but only if you could work a bit upon your voice modulation, a stage movement to take your speech a notch higher. Toastmaster PK, I wish you all the very best for your future speeches. With this, I hand over this virtual podium and spotlight back to our General Evaluator. Thank you, and back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunil. So I would say, Toastmaster Sunil, you had talked about the speech craft and you talked about the techniques which he has used. But somewhere I found that the content part and how the speech grew and whether he could complete the objectives of his speech properly, that got missing in your evaluation. I would suggest from the next time when you focus, because that's the major important part of any speech, because whether the project has been completed, that the objectives have met or not, that is done or not. Another thing, which is a smaller thing that happens, like you forgot the title. I wonder how we take in this particular club, whether the TMOD speaks the title or the evaluator. I think we all follow that evaluator only speaks the title. So if that is there, so you have to take care of that the title also you've taken, and you have to, because otherwise, and you don't have to call the TMOD again. You have to call the speaker immediately. That's how we follow in our clubs. I know there are different ways in different clubs. Toastmaster Speaker, as always, a wonderful speech. You took care of your, and every day I think you're improving on your camera angle also. So we can see the proper you, and now you are on that level where I used to think that perhaps you were looking down. Now you are on a parallel ground. Only thing perhaps you could work this time when you're coming, because instead of, if you want to show, because you're already challenging yourself every time. So perhaps you could just enter from the screen and then could show us running instead of static running. Perhaps that's just my idea, because that would have looked actually you were running. So just 2 steps on that. Mentoring part, I think because I have heard your previous speech in another pathway, and then you're taken care of the whole thing, where you talked about the Toastmaster mentoring, and this Melvin thing was wonderful, and you showed that how mentoring helps people. Perhaps you could add a little more, because you already now, at that time you were just 3 speeches old. Today you are almost 1 pathway and many speeches old. So perhaps you could talk how you have mentored your mentees in Toastmasters. That part also could be included in this speech. That somewhere I found missing. So because you talked about your anecdote, but how you have helped your mentees, that could also be part of it. Otherwise, overall, a wonderful speech, of course. And now I would like to call our second evaluator, Toastmaster Devansh. Are you there, Toastmaster Devansh? I can't see him. Toastmaster Devansh, are you there? Okay, no issues. By that time, somebody can try to connect with him. And by that time, I will talk about the third project because Smita was also doing her project. So I will pick her up, and then we'll take Devansh. He's there. So Toastmaster Smita, this was your project of active listening. Wonderful job done, and you picked up the topic, and the listening part was perfect. You listened to whichever topic you gave, and whenever they felt a little hesitant, you encouraged your speakers, you made them comfortable, you encouraged them to speak. So listening with empathy was shown in your project. So wonderful. And you picked up every topic, you understood the essence, and you understood the essence of the speaker, and accordingly you spoke. That means your observation skills are great. Keep it up. No recommendations for you. The only thing is, try to be a little bit less informal, because it's a Toastmaster formal platform, and we have many Toastmasters who are guests. So we should try at our best to keep it formal, like the throwing of kisses and all. Might not be liked by everybody, or somebody might say, why you are not giving it to us? Then it might become a bit. You understand what I'm trying to say? So then we don't want such awkward situations happening. So take care of those. Okay, and a wonderful job done once again. So good job done. And Devansh is here. So Devansh, I would like to call you on as evaluator.
Oh, thank you so much, Toastmaster Anupam, for filling in and taking the show ahead. Hello everyone. Hi, I am Devansh and here to give the evaluation report to Toastmaster Seal. Toastmaster Seal, you were amazing today. What a connection that you have made with all of us here with your speech, right? So thank you so much for that amazing speech. You see, the thing about this project is, knowing your communication style, is that it's really difficult for many of the people to understand how to craft a speech. But then your speech was so very well structured and crafted, right? And I could relate to that you have studied the resources to craft that speech, because your speech was started with a story, an excellent, beautiful story. Then you went ahead and told your communication styles, the 4 styles that you mentioned, and then you also mentioned how it impacts the 4 styles, how it impacts everyone. And by the end of it, you gave the conclusion. So your speech was very well crafted. Kudos to you on that. And now, one thing I really want to mention: your biggest superpower, I believe, is your hand gestures, right? Because the way you use your hands, the punches, the fist, or the hand movements that you have shown today in your speech at different times of your speech was really perfect. When you were saying it decisive, competent, bold, your fist was closed. When you said calm, composed, your hands were open. When you pinched your fingers and did quite a few hand movements, and they were all in sync with your speech, right? So kudos to you on that. Now coming back, now in order to improve the impact that you have had on all of us, one thing that I really want to recommend you is to have the camera at the eye level, right? You see, this the way you speak was like this. I mean, sorry, not like this. Yes, this. But when you're speaking like this, it's not very impactful. It's not very clear. Your hand movements or the way you come out to the audience is not really great. If you can lift your camera or lift the laptop that you have to your eye level, I am pretty sure that you will have an excellent impact on the audience. So please make sure when you're delivering a speech that you have the camera at an eye level. Another part is when you're standing, just stand firm, look in the camera and give your speech. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention is that towards the end of your speech, don't mention that you are about to end the speech or to the end of the speech. Let the conclusion or let the parts of your speech the transitions be very smooth. You don't need to mention that now going towards the end, let me tell you this. Don't need to mention that. Just go ahead very smoothly. just one more thing, that if you will show a little excitement as well in your speech, the awesome smile that you have, I am really sure that you'll have an amazing impact on all of us. So with your excellent hand gestures, with your excellent storytelling and the structuring of speech, if you can just take care of few points that I mentioned, like standing and looking at the camera, making the camera level at your eye level, you will come out as a great speaker. Thank you, and I'm really looking forward to your next speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Devansh. First of all, Toastmaster Asil. No, I would pick up first of all Toastmaster Devansh. Toastmaster Devansh, first of all, hats off to you. You heard the speech while you were driving. You kept the points in mind, and then you wrote it down when you reached home. That shows what a Toastmaster can do. So and what an experienced Toastmaster can do. This is the power we get after being a Toastmaster. So kudos to that. And I guess you picked up all the points which I wanted to say to Asil. The only thing is when you were starting your introduction, you did not talk much about what Asil does. And I think instead of talking about other people, you should have focused more on Asil. That's the only thing which I would like to say. Otherwise, you stated the objectives, you talked about called her properly, you addressed her properly, and you spoke the title too. But that introduction, personal introduction, so that we know what she does. And basically, we also may try to make a connect. So that you had to take care. Otherwise, everything was perfect. Thank you. And Toastmaster Asil, can I see you on camera, or are you gone? So Toastmaster Asil, I loved everything. The only thing which Devansh said, what you could do, that you were talking about each and every leadership style. What we understand when we do the project, that we don't have to define the styles, but we have to give some examples from those styles. So perhaps that would have given you more time to add some anecdotes. So perhaps try that next time, because I realized that every time you were talking about this style, this is style. So we didn't need, that should have come automatically, that from your speech we could recognize which leadership style you were talking about, instead of you talking about it. That's the only recommendation from my side for you. Otherwise, of course, you are a wonderful speaker, and every time your charming smile and the confidence helps us a lot. Thank you. Thank you. And now I have to come back to, we don't have an active listener, I guess, and TT speaker also we don't have. So first of all, what should I do? First of all, Fazal, should I evaluate TT speakers, speakers, or should I call my tag team? I'm getting a bit confused.
You can go
Whichever way. It's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would pick up first of all. So about the table topic speakers. Of course, table topic was wonderful, and Toastmaster Smita, I just have one recommendation as TT master for you, that the fonts were a bit big so that people could read. And we prefer that nobody should know the topic in advance. Though I know nobody had the choice of picking up one, but still, if we want to keep that adventure thing and the surprise element there, so you can perhaps try a smaller font if possible, because this is a wonderful way and I use a lot of it. So I love that. Thank you. And picking up the topics were so good and small, simple, straight away people could understand. You never had the problem of people understanding the topic. So that's the success of any table topic master. Now coming to speakers, Toastmaster Yusuf, from your speech, are you there? First of all, you are very cute, I should say, informally that. Okay. And an idea can change your life. The way you stated your personal story and how it helped in your life, and The way you talked about it was the perfect example how in a table topic session we should add the personal anecdotes and should develop the idea and take it to a conclusion. So your speech was perfect. The only thing is, which we just now talked about, that the camera angle again with you also was a problem, because we are only able to see like this. So that disturbs. In an online platform, we have to take care of that. So just make sure, because we could not see your, we were only able to see your face and could not see your hands. That is only commendation to you. Asil, you were good as always. And the way you started, I actually thought you're nervous for a second, the way you started. So it was so impactful. No commendation or recommendations for you. Keep the good work as a table topic speaker, as always. Now, one thing I would like to again applaud everybody. Toastmasters Mayan, are you there? I want to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Toastmasters Mayan. Wonderful job. First of all, see, the biggest winning is when you pick up the courage and come forward. I took your name and you didn't say no to it. And you had the courage to come on stage. I know that you were a shy person. You would not have come out on your own. So I did that, and you kept it, and you kept my word. You came out and you spoke. And second success was that you spoke till the yellow card was shown. You did not stop in between. Third perfect thing, that you stayed on your topic. So all three things which we initially, lots of people struggle, that they go haywire, they are talking something else, they've been asked. Once you understood, once you got it, you were on the topic. Please keep coming. So perhaps those repetitions and the repetition of sentences, and you would be able to weave the idea in a better way. So all the best to you, Toastmasters, guests, Mayan, and do keep coming to, because all this is make it your second home. Thank you. Thank you for coming today. Coming to Toastmasters Saiful, perhaps you are the most, I should not be saying this, but perhaps you are the person who influenced me most today. The way you started. The best thing is what is about table topic speakers, because the confidence they bring on the table with themselves, that you had in you. Topic, you started well, you weaved a story, you started well, you developed the idea, you ended it well. So a perfect table topic session means a speech the way it should be. So kudos to you. Toastmaster Nivanshi, you picked up the topic and you loved the topic. You got what you wanted. There were some grammatical mistakes. You are continuously improving. Should I tell you because you are the grammarian, so should I point it out to you today? Because grammarian had not pointed out, so I'm telling you. For example, you said that did I have it, and there was one with some mistake there. Did I do have it? Something you spoke, maybe that was starting nervousness, and this is one thing I would like to point it out. So this is one thing I would like to point out. Then you had to omit it. And whether do you have it? Again, two, whether and two both were not required. You could just use one. Otherwise, you spoke from your heart and you told us how you feel and how you just try to do what you want to do. And you're courageous. So great job done. Toastmaster Pikire, the moment I saw scent of a man, I said, oh, my God. But I knew you will pick up, ace it so well. And the way you picked up, because I know you were clueless what to speak, because suddenly it must have come in your mind, scent of a woman. Okay. But then you picked up from the spinning wheel itself. And then how you developed, that teaches all of us and the new Toastmasters. Then how from no idea to reach an idea, to make it escalate to that level. Only you can do. And this is what we have to learn from you. And the way you used your body language to your advantage. Because when you're I mean that's something everybody should learn. When you are not very good, means when you are not getting the topic very well, or you don't know exactly what to speak, then you focused on your other strengths. So that was wonderful. Lots of learning, and every day we learn a lot from you. Thank you. That's all for, I think that was all from for the table topics. And now I would like to call my tag team, which is Toastmaster Fazil and Toastmaster Nevanshi, to give their reports, and then I will evaluate them, and then end the session, or the team, of course, and the other roles. So
Thank you
Toastmaster
so
Fazil.
much. Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we have a wonderful meeting today, and we have all done perfectly. We were in time. So let me give you my report. Toastmaster PK Ray as speaker 1 took 7 minutes, 3 seconds and 32 milliseconds. Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani as his evaluator took 3 minutes and 77 milliseconds. Toastmaster Asil as speaker 2, 6 minutes 43 seconds, 68 milliseconds. Toastmaster Devansh as an evaluator, 3 minutes 25 seconds and 50 milliseconds. In the table topics, Toastmaster Yusuf Chandra took 2 minutes 7 seconds and 50 milliseconds. Toastmaster Asil 1 minute 37 seconds 41 milliseconds. Guest Samyan Kotkar took 2 minute 1 minute 2 minute and 1 second 50 millisecond. Toastmaster Saiful Ikram took 2 minute 13 seconds and 80 milliseconds. Toastmaster Nivanshi took 1 minute 51 seconds 24 milliseconds. Toastmaster PK Ray took 2 minutes 27 seconds and 41 milliseconds. Let's have a huge round of applause for having a great meeting, and congratulations that we are running in time. We have started the meeting on time and we are running according to the agenda. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fazil. And now I would request Toastmaster Nivanshi to present her report.
Hello everyone. My role as a grammarian was to write down and notice all the good words, not so good words, ahas. As an aha counter, I had to point out all the ahas, so and So if I start from not so good words, I would say everyone who took a role as a speaker, as a table topic speaker, as a general role evaluator, no one used not so good words. They all said very sensible things. In ahas, except for me, because I use a lot of ahas, according to my report, everyone was flawless, as everyone is an experienced Toastmaster, which I guess. And if I say about good words, yes, there were a lot of good words. Earnestness, quintessential, baton, assigning, assiduing, champion start early, hard work, essence, and also if I point out the people who used awesome sauce and dime a dozen, presiding officer Toastmaster PK Ray used 2 times awesome sauce and 1 time dime a dozen. Toastmaster Sunil Kriplani used 1 time awesome sauce and 1 time dime a dozen. The Toastmaster Smita Kotkar used 1 time awesome sauce, 1 time dime a dozen. Toastmaster Syed Fazil haven't used dime a dozen or awesome sauce. Toastmaster Asil didn't use awesome sauce or dime a dozen. Toastmaster Devansh also didn't use. Toastmaster Reema used awesome sauce 3 times and dime a dozen 2 times. I used awesome sauce 1 time and dime a dozen 1 time. Toastmaster Anupam used awesome sauce 1 time, dime a dozen 0 times. Thank you. This was my report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nevanshi. And now about Toastmaster Fazal and Toastmaster Nevanshi. Toastmaster Fazal, of course, you have a very crisp report always, and you admired everybody, encouraged, and also appreciated that we were on time and the meeting started on time. So great job done. Toastmaster Nevanshi, there are few recommendations for you that first of all, I know this was a very topsy-turvy kind of a role. You wanted to do it, you could not do it, then you had to do it. So, but keep the slides if possible for the word and the idiom, because if it is not there, so people like I could not understand awesome sauce. I thought these were two words, and then I was wondering how to use awesome and sauce together. So later on, I could get it. So perhaps that will help. Another thing, my recommendation would be word and idiom should be somewhere near to the theme of the meeting and the table topic. So perhaps it should take 1 minute or 2 minutes that you talk to the TMOD or the TT speaker that what's going to be the theme, because generally the theme of the meeting, like TMOD theme and meeting theme, the table topic theme should be in sync, and then the top word and the idiom has to be in sync too. That makes it a whole kind of learning, because then you are exploring one particular subject. So this perhaps can be taken care of later on. Because today Toastmaster Smita had to do her project, so she might have chosen it that way. But otherwise, I would suggest, and that's how we try to do, that we can explore. So whatever has been left in TMOD, that can be covered here. And that's all from my side to Nevanshi. Otherwise, good job done, and you picked up all the words. And I hope nobody, it was not dime a dozen. I hope I used the word sentence correctly here, that it was because though everybody was speaking, but it was not dime a dozen. It was worth every penny. Am I right, Toastmaster PK? I look for the consent there. Okay, he is my formal informal teacher always. Yeah. And now Toastmaster of the day, Reena. I think you were carrying the whole meeting on your shoulders. Seriously, I felt that. The way you started, there were no roles also, role players were not there, but with the confidence you started and the way you picked it up, you were wonderful. The only thing is perhaps I missed listening more about meditation, but that had helped us in keeping with time. So great job done there, and you did it with an enthusiasm and you were warm. That was the best part that I loved, because it was not a robotic kind of TMOD session, which I hear sometimes and then it does not connect. So you connected so well, but would love to listen more about meditation, though we should do more than listening. Thank you very well. And overall, of course, there were some hurdles. We did start 14 minutes late if it was to start at 6:20, because we were still searching for the role players. So perhaps because I'm the GE and the last minute, perhaps I would suggest only think that please find the role players in advance, and at least general evaluator you find in advance, because that's a very important role. So even if you have to go and beg somebody, but please do make sure that general evaluator is there from the very starting. And everything else went so well. So great job done. Toastmaster PK, as president, you introduced your guest, and when they were not there, and the moment they came, you did not stop, and then you brought them in and you made them warm enough and comfortable enough. That was good job done. And there's a lot to learn from NVezion meetings, because I always feel that no matter how it struggles, no matter how every week it struggles, but the end result, the end product is always wonderful. There's lots of learning and you get such wonderful role players every time, including me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It's our pleasure to have you and to have everybody. It was a great evaluation segment, and I really wish that these wonderful evaluations will help us to become awesome sauce and better performers next time. It's the time for polls. I request our Tech Master, Toastmaster Faisal, to conduct the polls for Best Evaluator.
On your screen.
Now, can we have the polls for Best Auxiliary Role Players?
On your screen.
Last but not the least, poll for Best Role Player.
On your screen.
Are we good to go, Toastmaster Faisal?
Yes.
Okay. So here are some everyday ways to practice meditation. Breathe deeply, scan your body. That is, be aware about your body movements. Repeat a mantra, walk and meditate, engage yourself in prayers, read and reflect, and be grateful for everything that you have. Meditate daily for a healthy life, because no one in the meeting do meditate. So I would request everybody to meditate the time you left the meeting and make it a habit. It will surely enhance your potentials and it will surely enhance the meaning of your life. The significance of practicing meditation, especially in this era of pandemic, where you are isolated, scared of disease, you are agitated because of the situation. So here its role is very significant and vital. Now, we have a wonderful meeting today. We had a wonderful meeting today, and I would request our presiding officer, Toastmaster Pikere, to take over from here. And I would request him to please ask our tech master to present the certificates too. Over to you, Toastmaster Pikere.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Reena. Let's have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Reena Sharma. Toastmaster Anupam, during her evaluation, said that Toastmaster Reena carried the meeting on her shoulders. Let me tell you, she carries the club on her shoulders. And it is not just during this meeting, it's all through. All right. Now, let me ask our guests out here what they thought about the meeting. So, can we have Toastmaster Yusuf unmute and tell us what you liked, what you didn't like, and any suggestions you have for us?
I really like the meeting. It's really great. You have got every segment is done here. Even the table topic master, a table topic evaluator, evaluate precisely each speaker. I would like to come back and I will inform all my friends from Malaysia and Indonesia and Myanmar to come and join you if you have got the meeting next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yusuf. If you could please leave us your contact details in the chat box, we'll definitely ensure that you're part of the our guest group, and you'll get to know you'll have all your intimations for every meeting that we have. Right, now may I request Toastmaster Saiful. Toastmaster Saiful, it was very nice having you here. Please tell us what you like, didn't like.
Okay. Thank you, President Pikere. I'm here actually because I saw Yusuf. Pak Yusuf already put a link in our WhatsApp group, the traveling Toastmaster, saying that he is here. So I'm free, so I'm coming here. And anyway, I love as part of coming here, and I see from that point onward, I love every part of the meeting. This is done properly according to the most agenda. It's not really I don't have the agenda, but I can realize most of the Toastmaster agenda is almost about the same. And of course, I loved our GE Anupam, Toastmaster Anupam, because she is really have a very keen hearing and observing every detail in the meeting. And that is a mark of a good general evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And to you also, Toastmaster Saiful, if you could please leave your details in the chat box, we'll definitely get back to you. Now, there is one more person from whom I request feedback, Toastmaster Rachna.
Thank you, Toastmaster PK Ray, President of NVezion, and I have been trying my level best to join the meetings at the behest of Toastmaster Faisal, who has been very insistent, and I'm extremely sorry that due to some or the other prior engagement, I've not been able to join the meetings on a very regular basis. And today I made it, I decided that I must, even though I'm not in my home place, I'm out of station, but still, and in between also I had to leave. But then I really enjoyed the meeting, as it was very crisp. Everything was very concise and crisp, and the way the speeches were delivered, very well delivered speeches by both the speakers. Every format, rather, we all know the Toastmasters, the format of Toastmasters. So when it is followed to the hilt, the meetings become very engaging. The table topics were also very interesting. But that very moment when I thought of participating, there was a technical glitch, and I just logged out of the meeting for some time. So congratulations to this new team and the people who are, I'm sure this club is going to reach great heights with wonderful speakers here. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rachna. And we'd like to see you here every time. Okay.
Try my best. I'll try my best.
Yeah. All right. And now, can we have Toastmaster Devansh?
Okay, thank you.
Come on.
Don't call me David Director. I'm just a role player here. I'm quite enjoying being role players regularly. So I kind of missed that months back because I was not very active as in taking roles. But last few weeks I have made it a point that I will attend at least one meeting every week, and it's great. I really am enjoying this part of journey as well. Now, one thing I won't tell the very basic stuff and what I generally speak that we are doing good, and if we keep on going, we'll do better, we'll do great. Not that, there's something else that I've noticed today why I like being in NVezion, because I remember I said this to Toastmaster Syed quite a few months back when I was having a conversation with him, that the moat of a company, the competitive advantage of NVezion, like we have Toastmaster Club, several Toastmaster Club, and they are doing the same standard process. We're having speeches, evaluation, and table topics. But what is the moat of NVezion? What is the competitive advantage that NVezion has and none of the other clubs have? I believe this NVezion is a global club where I see diversity, the variety, the culture, the people from different countries. That is what brings me here. And I think if we can just keep on focusing on that, taking this as a USP, but I loved seeing Toastmaster Yusuf, Saiful, and Seal. Like these are like the gems which I don't see elsewhere, right? So if we kind of create this kind of diversity and community and a culture here in this NVezion Club, I think you guys will keep doing wonders. So thank you, and I really like being here.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Devansh. And not only distinguished Toastmaster Yusuf and Toastmaster Saiful and Toastmaster Asil, we also had Toastmaster Philippa Chingete, right, who had joined us in the first part of our meeting. All right. Now time for our certificates and announcement of winners. And for that, I'll hand over the stage to our immediate past president and the big daddy of our club, who is Toastmaster Syed Faisal Zaidi.
So much, everyone. Best speaker. Let's have a big round of applause for Toastmaster PK Ray for being most favorite speaker of this meeting. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Devan Srivastav. Thank you for joining in and participating. Best table topic speaker, again, Toastmaster PK Ray. Congratulations. Best auxiliary role player, I don't know this guy, timer, Syed Faisal Zaidi. Best role player, Toastmaster Smita Kotkar. Congratulations. Thank you so much for taking up this role. Most favorite participant, President's favorite in the meeting, we have guest Semyan Kotkar. Thank you so much for joining in. Over to you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster said. Faisal Zaidi, wonderfully done. Without you, we cannot handle this meeting. That is the truth. Okay, I cannot do these roles which he is doing. Nor can I handle things with the calmness, the serenity with which he does. All right, there is just one announcement once again that we have our Moments of Truth meeting next time. And what I will do is we will be circulating a link in which there will be a form. You need to fill in that form so that Toastmaster Shubham, who is the area director, will be able to conduct the Moments of Truth meeting next Sunday, that is the 13th. Okay. With that, thank you very much, everyone, for attending.